actually watching his runs originally last year was what actually kind of pulled me into this whole thing to begin with. So, you know, because of his hardened I'm doing Buster only no matter what kind of thing, to me he'll always be the underdog.
So we got Kammesennin going to Woodman, while MetaLow once again going to Quickman. Considering that Buster only really doesn't have a route, Kammesennin just tends to pick whatever stage, just whatever he feels like going. While MetaLow's probably just gonna go to more traditional routes to at least secure one E-Tank so he doesn't get blindsided by any boss along the way.
I like these quick little, I mean, what does it save you? Maybe like 3 frames to just do that quick little zip through the top of the wood there at the second dog room?
Yeah, it's pretty much a small finite of frames, but it's still faster than walking, clearly. I would probably say it could be close to a second, maybe. Walking is really, really slow.
Walking is really slow. You see it a little bit more when you notice our runner's not using any items. And these shellfish being Buster immune.
We actually saw on both ends, MetaLow getting some crabs, some like hermit crabs in Quickman as well.
And we get to see who's in Quickman's room coming up. MetaLow getting to the boss door first. Though Kammesennin's, I would say, is Woodman the longest? No, Crashman's the longest, but Woodman would probably be the second longest, correct?
Both those stages are extremely long. So we got Airman in Quick Room. A little durable, but he seemed to be pretty manageable, so MetaLow was able to take him out pretty handily.
He didn't want to jump around the room, he just wanted to sit there in the middle. And Bubble Man here in Woodman stage.
Another high arcing bubble set, so he should be... At least he should be relatively easy to dodge.
Yeah, oh, and Kammesennin taking a death in Bubble here. And I was gonna say, he looked kind of, laggy on the shooting. Like, he was very slow.
Meanwhile, we got Moles and Fans in the early portions of Flashman stage. Pretty annoying enemy set, but at least they're not Buster immune, so it definitely could have been much worse.
Kammesennin taking Bubble down a lot quicker that second time around. And moving on over to Quickman.
This is the kind of thing we kind of talk about. Going to a stage kind of out of ordinary, not having the E-Tank unlike MetaLow does now, going a little bit unconventional. It kind of bit Kammesennin in the back a little bit.
MetaLow going to get that health, getting trapped behind the Buster immune shellfish.
And we got crabs on the final stretch of Flashman's room.
Ooh, and I saw that coming when he got that health pickup. Kammesennin taking a death.
MetaLow opted to get that E-Tank.
Checking the wall.
Yeah, Kammesennin is kind of having a rough run this time around, unfortunately. Even getting caught by the Prodigy Special, getting caught by that Force Beam, unfortunately.
Now, how many frames would you think, because the player runs out of the invincibility frames, when he picks up the health pickup, how much delay do you think that would be, since I guess Mega Man has to come to a full stop?
A very small minute of frames, but...
Not enough for the beam, huh?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much of a delay that small little pickup can have to mess up movement, especially in a game series that is very precise on movement as Mega Man is.
Interesting song. Do you know what it is, Creed?
I know for a fact this is from Brave No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Should be Brave Fence Musashi.
Oh, okay. That was a PlayStation game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if Duckfist was kind of just tapering to Nintendo, or Mega Man.
Nah, I'm pretty sure what Duckfish had in mind is just pretty much just hearing what piece of music from different hacks or official games would fit well in to the randomizer and just pick some at random.
Kammesennin making quick work of Airman here in Quick Stage. As we watch MetaLow pause buffer over the gap here. And Kami's going to Heat Man. I mean, as you put it out, not important in the order here, but definitely trying to get maybe some of these harder stages out of the way. Oh, and taking a death.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
No, it's not.
Meanwhile, we got MetaLow dealing with Quickman in Metal's room, wisely deciding to pop that E-Tank, especially since we got a pretty active Quickman in this room.
We got a pretty hectic Heat Man. The seafood is just atrocious here.
So we got MetaLow going to Crashman after powering through Metal Stage. We're gonna see if Crashman is gonna be a little bit more trolly this time. Well, we know we got Shotman here, so we're gonna see how the Shotman treats these guys as they go to the moving platform rooms. As a reminder, the first enemy you see on the screens of Crashman stage is more than likely gonna be the set of enemies you see in this upcoming section, and some of them can be really nasty.
So, according to the tournament, basically Group D, MetaLow, this is his last race, right? He already did all his other races, winning them all. And Kammesennin had picked up a win against Mega Kyle. So if he loses this, that means he'll have to go up against Warm Cabin. And I believe Mega Kyle also has a race with Warm Cabin.
Yes, those are going to be our remaining matches in Group D.
So, in essence, if that all ends up playing out and everybody gets a win, there could be a potential rematch between Kami and Mega. Or vice versa, if Kami ends up losing this match and losing a match against Warm Cabin, then we would have a three-way, no?
Well, of course, that's for the randomizers to decide and how our players execute, as we see Metal Man and Heat Man's room. Who's just as much of a pushover as he was the last season. A little bit more active with the Metal Blades, but when you're Buster Soft Week, it really doesn't matter.
Nah, Vortex is good. Bubble Man.
So we got MetaLow climbing the ladders. Doesn't look like we got any troll enemies on these ladders to stop these guys. So Crashman has been relatively tame. Crashman would have been one of the defining stopping points in a Buster only situation. Looks like for these two C's, Crashman stays decided to play nice.
Gonna fall into some Welch's grape juice over here.
Just saying, I like grape juice.
I love grape juice. And our immune tin shellfish here, but thankfully they don't shoot, they don't do anything, so Kami's got a smooth run here. And Crashman with a very slow crash bomb. And very slow gate. Wouldn't say he's necessarily dumb. Seems to jump a lot.
Oh yeah, he's definitely your usual Crash AI. Just his bombs were pretty much slow as snails.
Yeah, they really were. Now, that's not going to say that when our runners pick up the crash bomb that it's going to be slow as well, right?
Actually, it can, but it's going to always be independent of what Crash does.
Oh, okay.
So we got Heatman in Bubble Room, who's also susceptible to the Buster. Another fortunate situation, at least as far as time goes. a non-buster soft weak Heatman, especially a slow burn one like this one, will be really annoying to deal with. Not necessarily hard, but it just kind of wear on your nerves.
MetaLow not having kind of difficulty against the seafood in Heatman that Kami did, but Kami not having nearly the problem that he had the first time around in Heatman. I think even with that death he took in Heatman stage, that it didn't take up nearly as much time as it was him trying to brute force it the last time.
So we got a lot of Pyro bots in this set for the stretch of Heatman stage this time around, while Kammesennin is dealing with the annoyance that is the combination of moles and fat fan.
Ooh, yeah. Thankfully, at the end of this screen, there doesn't seem to be any, or what would you call them? Drills? Screws?
They're officially called moles.
They're officially called moles. Alright. MetaLow doing the Yoku blocks.
As a seasoned Mega Man 2 runner, as a whole, not to mention being a buster-only runner of the game as well, the Yoku blocks pose zero issue for MetaLow.
And, you know, also one of the few things that are not randomized in this game, in the randomizer.
Indeed.
Indeedly do.
Kammesennin opting to get that E-Tank on his way to Flashman's boss room, which I think was Flashman in his own room.
Was it? Yes, it was. A very unconventional seed. Not really wanting to randomize too much here. But a very quick Flashman, susceptible to Buster. Went down super fast. And we have a little bit of a deviation here. At least we get to see what's hidden behind Airman now.
And more of the shellfish just seem to be popping up everywhere with sky crabs.
Why? What is with all the seafood in Wily Mega Man 2? I kind of just realizing that now, that, like, most of these robot enemies are supposed to be underwater.
You know, people that know me would know that I usually hate crabs in air, but nowadays while I still consider them annoying, they aren't necessarily my top threats in air anymore.
Believe it or not, I guess the vanilla birds with their little chirpers or whatever that fall out of the egg seem to be some of the worst enemies you could have in here.
Nah, I think Metroids are worse.
Or Buster immune bunnies when a Buster only seed. That sounds like it wouldn't be too good to come across.
Well, let's see if the seed wants to pretty much make them multiply as they... Well, we got birds as well.
We don't want to make it too easy. Have these Buster immune bunnies and some birds.
Messed up my train of thought, that's for certain.
Ooh, pause buffering over this bunny. Super smart move.
We got both of our runners going through their respective boss doors. We know that Bubbles in Wood Room. But who's in Air Room?
Yeah. We got Wooden Airman. A very fuchsia looking... Oh, and very Buster susceptible Wooden Man. I'm sure Kami will be happy with that. Still has Metal Man and Crash Man to contend with. But MetaLow only has Bubble Man and Air Man to contend with. Bubble Man being a pretty easy breezy seed.
I'm really grown to appreciate this particular track. It's pretty much the overall theme for Robo Warrior. It's probably become one of my favorite tracks to listen to. Originally coming from the ROM hack Rockman Claw and was used for Bomb Man stage. It's one of those things that screams out action to me.
You know, not to name drop or anything here, but there's a great track of music that you should listen to called Enmesh. And he does a whole 4 hours and 20 minutes of just nothing but old school video games. And actually, I heard this song in that track.
MetaLow successfully getting the Buster Only Zephyr Bubble as well on his way to handle the final screens of said stage, while Kammesennin is coming very close to the metal boss door as well.
Yeah, kind of getting him at. Look at that. See, that's what I was talking about with those tiptoe jumps.
Kammesennin opting not to get the E-Tank from Metal, deciding to think that he's probably much further behind than he was, especially since he takes some of those unfortunate deaths. About to fight Quickman in Metal Room. We already saw that in MetaLow's earlier fight here. We're gonna see Kammesennin is gonna wind up having a little bit more luck.
Ooh, yes. Squeezes it out. Very nicely done. As MetaLow takes the slow heat. And despite the 2 deaths that Kammesennin had earlier on in the run, he's only got Crash left, where MetaLow's got Air. Okay, so that does kind of taper. Crash will be a little bit longer than Air.
Yeah, trying to keep pace of all the stuff behind the scenes. Are these the final 2 robot masters for these guys?
Kammesennin just finished Metal Man. MetaLow finished, yes, Bubble Man. Okay, you got it. Yep, those are the last 2.
Yeah, just gotta make sure. So we're gonna be suspecting that MetaLow's gonna have himself quite a bit of a lead going into Wally 1. Mostly because Kammesennin does have to go through the longest stage in Crash, but you also got to consider that Kammesennin had a couple of unfortunate deaths as well, which is gonna pad his time a little bit.
Well, we still have the Great Edumacator coming up. And no matter what the expertise of our runners, the Great Edumacator will do exactly that. They'll either let you have a free ride or throw you to the wolves.
MetaLow being a little bit cautious around these Buster Immune rabbits, taking a little bit of damage on the meantime, but is finally keeping pace on his last stretch to Airman's boss room.
Ooh. Dealing with the chickens and the bunnies and
he's running low on health, wisely deciding to pop that E-Tank so he doesn't die and lose time.
Yeah, because that definitely could have did a little bit of a switch over for the lead there.
Using the iframes to jump over that last pit right at the last moment, almost looked like the iframes were gonna go out.
And thankfully, nothing difficult here in Kammesennin's Crash Climb. But MetaLow will probably be defeating Woodman before, well, as soon as Kammesennin probably loads up into Crash.
And that's pretty much it.
Even before, yep. And Kammesennin taking on Crash in Crash. Is this even randomized?
Henry switches to MetaLow's audio, gonna check to see if his audio is working, as he's the first to reach Raleigh 1.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
So Retro, of course, since that is happening right now, tell the nice people about what's about to happen.
So we do a little thing where we like to try and guess and have you guys get involved in guessing the color and the weapon weakness of our dragon. Very much randomized. Dragon comes in all colors, including Lisa Frank, plaid, and sepia tones. So have a field day.
Everyone would go do just that. Well, I'm just gonna simply guess red dragon with air shooter weakness.
Ooh. I kind of... I feel like I'm always off by just a smidgen of the tint. So maybe you're right. Maybe I need to be a bit more specific.
Here we go.
So I'm gonna go sunflower yellow. And I want that sunflower. Now, sunflower yellow is like a dark golden yellow. And maybe for stuff and things, maybe some phthalo blue. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go bad box art Mega Man colors. That's that's where I'm going.
How did you get reduced to this?
Bad box art Mega Man colors with a wood shield weakness, because I feel like that's not really something that happens a lot. We don't get a lot of wood shield weakness with the dragon.
Kammesennin being a little stubborn with the item 1, trying to use it to get to the ladders, wasting valuable time as MetaLow is already on the dragon. About to see what colors we get.
I know, if only Kami knew. Oh, and it's a green dragon. You know, this is like the 3rd seed where he's just green. With some brown legs.
And it's not Buster Week, as Kami takes an unfortunate death. Him being low on energy really set him really dangerous.
Oh, metal. Alright, MetaLow with metal. Taking that dragon down. That metal dragon. Poor Kami. I didn't even see what killed him. Did he just jump into the pit?
I'm almost gonna say he got plugged by a shot, man.
Oh, really?
I'm almost on the verge of saying Kami's getting a little tilted here.
Yeah, I think he was, because even before he started that first ladder ascent, he stopped and paused for like a good 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. And he knows he's up against MetaLow, you know, for him, like a great opportunity and a great challenge, and something that I'm sure he's looking forward to, and he gets to kind of have a taste of it early in the races as opposed to later on.
Yeah, it doesn't help to know, because I didn't even mention this. MetaLow was the 2nd place finisher in our 2018 tournament, so this we're talking about MetaLow, a 2018 champion, going Buster only, which is Kammesennin's expertise. And MetaLow got a little too greedy.
Yeah, not very often we see a death in Wily 3.
That drop
and it was Wood Week, though, so I wasn't completely off of my leaf shield. I was just off on the whole entire palette of the dragon. But
yeah, the drop that MetaLow tried to do is possible, but it's definitely a pixel perfect jump. If you're off by a little bit, you're either gonna get held up by the block, or you're gonna get hit by the spike, which unfortunately MetaLow did. That was...
yeah.
Not sure that was a wise decision to try for in a race.
And item hunting now.
Yep, Pico not weak to Buster.
And I wouldn't stick with Crash either after 2 shots not killing it.
Oh
and
my
wood.
goodness!
It's one of the best weakness ever.
God weakness time. If Leaf Shield is a weakness, all you pretty much gotta do is what MetaLow is doing right now.
And Kammesennin only half a stage behind. He might even... I don't think he'll get... Maybe he'll get to peak. Nah, he ain't gonna get to Pico before MetaLow kills him, but... it's gonna be close.
Yeah, that death that MetaLow wound up experiencing put this a little closer. And with the extra Pico situation, all he's doing is losing time.
I would even say that death kind of counteracted the 2 deaths that Kammesennin took early in the run.
Maybe.
Oh, and Kammesennin finding charged heat, and thankfully just a 1-shot charged heat. You don't even have to charge it.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good weakness as well. Full charge, 1 unit energy per full charge, and it's 1 shot. This is just as good a weakness as Leaf Shield is.
Actually, it seems like it might even be a little bit more faster paced, minus the ones that end up right above you.
It's debatable. You also got to, depending on how you do it, you also can use the vertical orientation of the leaf shield to hit the higher ones, because you do got to wait for the higher vertical ones to come down.
I think one of the best Pico battles I saw was actually Ren Hero, who was one of our newer runners, who managed to snipe 2 Picos for every 1 crash bomb.
Well, I wouldn't call Ren Hero run per se, but regardless, that was still a pretty decent fight. As holy crap, we got ourselves a Buster Week Wally boss. As
Nice and nice.
Loves the Gus tank very, very quickly.
And Wily 4, the great educator starts. Will it be beneficial, or will you be educated? Find out.
There may or may not be lessons learned here.
Now, was MetaLow trying to do a zip there?
I'm really not sure what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to zip off the ladder, but I was curious as to where that would take him.
One thing, if he was, I don't think it would have been possible. Well, nah, I'm not gonna try to think about it too hard.
And here he's doing it again.
Yeah, now no, this one is definitely possible. Bellows is opting to not waste time and just gonna go ahead and just hoof it.
Nice quick little skip and dance up those steps. And was able to manage doing a half zip here in this room. Interesting.
Seeing these Pyrobots can spell trouble. If a Pyrobot is on the third screen, the one after this one, he is gonna be sniped and fall off the ladder, which means he's gonna have to try to extend his iframes as long as possible for the next platform to arrive. That is gonna be a tricky affair if that happens.
A watermelon spike room. Ooh.
Well, that if is now a win, and that win is right now. And now we got ourselves a race.
The great educator. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, now we're up to neck. I like it when it gets this far along. And Kammesennin seeing the same thing, so he's gonna have to realize what he's coming up to. I love how it's watermelon colored, these evil rooms. It's like nice and inviting. Soothing, playful colors of pink and green.
Let's see if MetaLow is able to extend his iframes and take proper damage. Kammesennin's gotta try to do the same thing, otherwise he's done for as well. MetaLow misses the platform. Wait, I can't tell. No.
Is he on? I can't see. Oh, he's on the floor. Oh my god, MetaLow taking a death.
And
Kammesennin skinning by. Oh, and he takes the lead.
MetaLow was trying to successfully trying to extend his iframes, but
Kammesennin taking a death to the shellfish. Oh, and he's tilted. He's just stopped right there. Oh, I hope he doesn't think that he's done.
Right now, he needs to keep. He really needs to keep racing right
what are you
now.
Doing? No, Kami, no, go. No, you're fine. Don't do it, Kami. No. Oh, and he doesn't realize he forfeited, didn't he?
Yeah, he unfortunately forfeited.
Wait, it says MetaLow has forfeited.
No, Kammesennin has forfeited. Retro, you're not on the newest channel.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm confused about this. Oh my god.
Hang on.
MetaLow doing The eternal pause buffer.
Hang on to your heads, folks. We are having a time here.
Oh no. And Kammesennin's still going. I guess he just now realized that nobody won a race yet.
Yeah, go check the Discord on SpeedGaming 2. I sent you the Discord. I mean, not the Discord, but the SRL channel.
Okay.
Oh, mercy. Right, but chaos aside, MetaLow is still going, and he was able to get through Wally 4 with all the shenanigans that happened. And now he's resorting to dig for weaknesses for both the boo beams and the walls. Reminder, wait. About to say, there's so much flickering, I couldn't tell if Metal was actually... of course, since he's changed weapons, it obviously wasn't.
Kami, despite being in the lead, didn't realize what was going on. Such a sad turn of events, but right here is the evidence for you guys. Our runners have no idea what the heck the other one is doing or where they're at. And I think just recognizing MetaLow's talent for what it is, Kami just didn't think that he had it.
Yeah, but it's still on MetaLow to finish. The only means for MetaLow to actually advance and win this race is if and only if he completes the seed and completes the race. Otherwise, the race will be null and void, and they're gonna have to do the race. But meanwhile, we had ourselves a slow crash, which is the vanilla weakness for the Pico Picos, the one that was actually repeat spammable. So we got MetaLow going through the refights. Once again, he needs to complete this seed in order to make his win official. Otherwise, the whole race will not count. But MetaLow pretty much just got through the complete worst of it. So unless something completely insane happens, MetaLow, this is pretty much his race to lose.
Yeah, I would say it's his race to lose. This just goes to show you, even for our runners who are watching, don't ever lose faith in yourself. You know, if something is hard for you, chances are it's really hard for the other runner too.
Yeah, Wally 4 really did a number on both our racers. The only difference was that MetaLow opted to keep going. He probably recognized Kammesennin's skill and thought he might do the exact same thing, so he just decided to just keep going, while Kame unfortunately just got really tilted at what happened, and it was really demoralizing when he actually got through and take a death to a shellfish right before the boo beams.
Although, I was about to say that was that his first death in Wily 4? I only saw him take the... Or was his second death? Was it his... No, it was his first death.
Well, I was trying to get things in gear on in the back end, and the whole situation was chaotic. It was really hard to keep up the whole situation.
MetaLow making nice work of Heatman here, as he goes into his last Robot Master stage, where he faces Quickman, who was kind of bouncy and not Buster weak, but Expert MetaLow gets it down super quick as he goes into the Wily machine room, and we'll see if it's Buster only. I'm gonna say yes.
Yes.
This is why we don't guess the weakness of the Wily machine.
And MetaLow expertly takes down the Wily machine and on his way to Victory Road as he's about to win this entire match and go 2-0 to fulfill his pretty much clean sweep of Group D. Got some nice woodmen as we go through the rest of Wily 6 on his way to the alien.
Yeah, I do. At first I was like iffy. I mean, I liked the quiet eeriness of the original vanilla that we had last year. But I can understand that kind of like last little hurrah, maybe having some sort of upbeat music right before the Wily, well, right before Wily. Lisa Frank Wily? Oh, is it? Is it? It's kind of close enough. It's close enough to be a Lisa Frank Wily.
And Kame would have loved this finish, though Alien was Buster only as well. MetaLow coming in, completing the seed, and officially finishing with an official SRL time of 36 minutes and 2 seconds. GG to MetaLow and GG to
Kammesennin. Yeah. That was a very interesting on your tip of your toes race. The great educator once again educating both our runners here. This will be a very interesting rewatch for both our runners, I'm sure.
We're gonna get MetaLow in for an interview very shortly, trying to see if we can also get Kammesennin in as well.
Yes, let's try and get them both in.
But yeah, this pretty much puts MetaLow as a clean sweep of Group D as he beats all his opponents, and of course, recently just now beat Kammesennin 2-0. So his entry to the final bracket stage is 100% secure.
Yeah, only him and Prodigy and Charlie Boy all have winning streaks like that, don't they? Against all the runners in their divisions.
Yeah, only a handful. Well, only a few races are gonna boast times similar to that.
Kammesennin, welcome to the chat.
Hello.
So, how did you feel about our seeds?
How do I describe that without getting in trouble?
Well, let's go back. Let's go back to the
answer.
first seed, and then we'll tell you what happened in the second seed. So how did you feel about the first seed?
I wasn't too pleased with the first seed either, but my execution at least existed for the first seed. Second seed, it really wasn't that bad, but I didn't do one single thing correctly, and I mean literally not one thing.
I did notice you had a pause for a moment during the dragon, right before you started climbing the ladder again. I think when you took that death. And was that, would you say, like the tipping point for you?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember half of the seed I just played, let alone the first one. I got no idea. I just know I'm mad.
Well, Kami, you shouldn't be mad. You were you were in the lead when you quit.
That thought crossed my mind, and I still didn't care.
Okay. But you did a great run.
Yeah, let me go over the sequence of events that occurred during that time, because Wally 4 during the second seed was seriously chaotic, because actually MetaLow died probably about 3 times in the second to last robot. Yeah, the second to last moving platform section, trying to deal with the Pyrobots and trying to extend his iframes, continually gain damage. And of course, being the one that was experiencing it yourself, you did manage to get through that. I want to say it was the very first try, but you had such low energy. When you hit that shellfish, that probably tilted you over the edge. Is that what I was thinking, Kame?
You're right. I did make it the first try. I didn't think it was that bad because I've had to deal with those and Chanky Makers quite a bit with the extended iframes, so I was pretty much ready for it. I just kind of delay a certain amount and just start jumping, and I know that I won't get hit when I'm on the ground as opposed to when I'm in the air. So for me, that particular thing's not that bad. It's just everything leading up to that tilted me so far, and I was at a point where I couldn't react properly to just about anything. I wasn't managing my health. I wasn't managing weapon energy. I wasn't managing anything at all properly. I was failing to jump. I was failing to turn. I was failing to not jump. I failed so many things left and right that when I was going at that enemy, that last one that killed me, I had already decided, you know what? This is where it ends. It's over. Let's jump into him. Pew, 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 pew.
Well, now we have MetaLow into the Discord. Welcome, MetaLow. GG's on your victory this day.
Hello, thanks.
GG's, MetaLow. So, tell us about your experience in the last Wily 4 stage.
I just didn't know how to handle that. I wasn't prepared for that. Oh my gosh. I just try a thing and it works. So I don't know. Yeah, that was something. So what's happened, Kamei? I'm so sad for fate.
I just was too angry. I failed everything I tried and I gave up. I jumped into the last thing and quit.
Oh.
Apparently I was ahead of you. That thought crossed my mind that I might be, but I was just too unhappy with how I was playing. I felt like even if I won, I wouldn't have deserved it. And I wouldn't have wanted to do a game 3 because I was already angry, so just eliminated the potential.
Okay. Unfortunate, but understandable.
So, MetaLow, congratulations on your victory sweep. You have secured your place in the in the winning bracket, along with Charlie Boy and Prodigy.
Yep, that's at least what I want to do. So
you're gonna have to. You get to take a breather for a little bit. And Kami, you have to schedule a match now with Warm Cabin, correct? Is it Warm Cabin? Yes.
Yeah, I still gotta get one going with him. I don't know what their availabilities are, but my own are kind of limited. But we'll work something out and get it going.
Nice. And yeah, I would say Mega Kyle also has a match with Warm Cabin. So Warm Cabin's got a couple of matches coming up. But I can see that you're unfortunately not in a happy-go-lucky mood right now. But rest assured, you did very, very well. And I think, I understand, feeling that you didn't do exactly what you set your heart out to do. But it's the randomizer does throw a lot of haymakers, especially the last seed. In the first seed, I think it was a lot of the Robot Masters that were a little bit, maybe it was the Robot Masters, were a little bit more difficult, except for Crash. Having Dumb Crash in both your seeds. But I mean, I think both of you navigated that very well, and I think both of you got 32 and 33, respectively, in the first seed, which are extremely good times for Buster only, aren't they?
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, I guess
35 is okay.
But I was kind of afraid of fat fins and of we don't have it anymore, many of them, so not in bad places. So, whew. But too much seafood, blame squid.
Yeah. I have noticed this tournament has been flooded with seafood lately.
How many stage we had crabs on the second seed? Like 4 or 5. That was. Ugh.
We actually even mentioned how, why did Wily make so many underwater monsters? You got shrimp and shellfish and jellyfish, and I mean, he was really trying to get the whole undersea spectrum going on.
That's Rondo, that's unfair.
Well, I'm definitely. Is there any sort of closing statements you'd like to have or add before we start wrapping this up?
I just wish I did better.
Well, no, but you still have another race to show your stuff. So down but not out, Kammesennin.
Yeah, I know I'm not out. It really bothers me because I didn't feel the seeds were that difficult. I really feel like it was me just screwing up the whole time because none of it was any of the more difficult stuff I've seen the randomizer throw at me so far.
You saw the YD4 stage, Kame, with the thing at falling. How do you handle that usually?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Did you forfeit before YD4 or not?
No, I was at Wily 4.
You was at. How do you handle the thing that we have on the YD4 screen that fall from the ladder? What do you do in that case? I just didn't know what to do.
So I was telling them just before you joined us. I don't know the exact timing. I know it by feel, but there's a certain time that I kind of stand on the spikes after I get the hit, and then I jump and I just like keep jumping, and I already know based on the fact that I waited X amount of time, like which is maybe a second, but probably just under or just over.
Yeah,
I know that
like,
when I run out of iframes, I'll be in the air, so I'll be okay. I just stick near the gear enemy and just let him hit me again. Yeah. Just keep jumping.
That's what I tried, but I died 4 times.
Yeah, there's a specific timing that you have to wait for before you start jumping if you do it that way. You could also just wait around a while and just know how long the extended iframes are going to be, but I mean, who does that?
I managed to go on the elevator once, but it hits me. And I fall again and I died, and I was, oh, come on. What did I do?
I think the seed is definitely a seed that both of you should go back and review. But definitely Wily 4 being the great educator this time.
Yep. And I missed my suicide drop for first time. Mega sad.
Well, with that being said, for those of you who are interested in the randomizer, we are having another race coming up tonight. At 10:30 p.m. between Siberian Bull and Ven, where you'll have my wonderful, I guess, co-commentator, LV Creed, commentating tonight with Prodigy. So for those of you who are interested, definitely stay tuned. Follow our runners. Kammesennin, MetaLow, they both play a lot of Mega Man, and they are both some of the best at what they do. And
thanks.
If interested, follow the commentators. Creed, I'm not sure if Creed even has a channel, but if he does, you should follow him because that is an extremely knowledgeable man.
Nah, I wouldn't say necessarily follow me. I hardly ever stream nowadays, but it's our runners that are important. Please follow our runners. Kammesennin and MetaLow, they busted their butts trying to entertain all y'all people, and thank all of you for joining SpeedGaming 2 right now. As we're about to wrap up and close, of course, GG's to MetaLow and Kammesennin for even having a time to race for us.
Yes, thank you guys. I still found it a very entertaining and enjoyable race, and especially towards the end, once again, anytime I am at the tip of my toes, like eyeballing both screens at the same time, glued to who is slipping ahead and who is dropping behind, and seeing that back and forth, you know, it's always makes for an exciting race. Even if you got tilted, I'm really sorry about that. But you definitely did a great showing, Comet.
Well, I appreciate that.
And it definitely made it entertaining for us and our viewers.
Well, I
So-
think. Oh, go ahead.
Can I blame the commentators for everything that went wrong?
You can blame us somewhat. We were discussing seafood, and seafood came.
But you should blame Squid.
You know what? You're right. We should blame Squid. Absolutely, Squid Man. You son of a gun.
Well, you can start blaming Daggett now for making Rollchan.
This is true.
Ooh, uh-oh. I can only imagine what the next time when I commentate with Daggett will be like. Now it'll be a thing. Everybody blame Daggett. He wants to try and blame poor Squid Man. Rollchan did nothing wrong.
Oh boy. All right. This should be a good stopping point for us. So
This is a good stopping point.
So once again, thanks SpeedGaming for allowing us to display and show the tournament to all you people out there. One more time, GG to Kammesennin and MetaLow for an exciting race. Thank you, Retro Queen Gamer, for commentating with me this day.
Definitely, I loved commentating, and I love commentating with you, Creed. And special shout outs to our host of our tournament, Charlie Boy, and definitely GG's to both our runners. I'm looking forward to seeing both their next races.
One final reminder that our next race is coming up in a few hours at 10:30 Eastern Daylight with Siberian Bull 9 event. Retro already said it, but we're just gonna cover our bases. And I think with that, until the next time, we shall see everyone later. So for those sticking around, stay in a few hours. And with that, I think we're gonna close out. So
Thank
take
you.
care,
Good
everyone.
night.
Thanks everyone. See you soon.